This week what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using Keffer Grains. In the previous weeks what we were doing is we were using Kefir microbes, and we plated them in 2 different plates. One time I plated them in 3 plates, then I plated them into 18 sections, and I replated them using the best 16 sections, and then what I did is put them in the bulk week. But this week what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using Keffer Grains, and we're going to be trying to see how they grow in 2 different mediums. There's going to be an experimental group and a control group for both sugar water, which we're going to prepare as you can see in the coming videos, as well as in milk. And so this milk is kind of thick. It's not the milk that I drink, but we'll be using that for the growth medium for the Keffer grain. And so as you can see in the coming videos, this is what this week's lab will look like.
Okay guys, so what I've done is I've added in the sugar water to half of it into this 32-ounce jar and half of it into this. I'm letting them sit until room temperature, after which I'll be starting my experiment. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make sure my gloves are clean with 90% ethanol, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take out the sugar water that's already present in the WKG Keffer Grains tubes. Then after that, in the ones that are not marked with the white sticker, I'm going to put 1/4 cup of the sugar water, followed by the containers that do have the white sticker, and that's the one that's going to have the 1/4 cup of milk. And then I'm going to let them sit all the way until Thursday, where I will further incubate them, or I will further actually feed them using the sugar water and milk. I'll take out the old ones, feed them new sugar water and milk, and then we'll continue then on Saturday doing the same thing, and then we'll be able to write our lab report and our progress.
To the show, pull up in a rows, now she wanna roll. Everybody talking, but they coming to the show. I don't wanna talk or to listen. Diamonds on me drip.
Alright guys, so as you can see here, this is after 2 days incubation. I am at Thursday morning, and we can see here how big the Keffer grains have gotten in the sugar water. While on this side, not gonna lie, milk is busted. Looks kind of disgusting, but we do have the Keffer grains. They've grown a lot. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take out this old stuff, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of the milk in each one of these, and 1/4 cup of the sugar water in each one of these. Let them incubate for another 2 days, and I will get back to you guys after I'm done with that. I'll show you what they look like, and then I'll get back to you guys on Saturday morning, so that I can add it one more time before the conclusion of this week's lab. Alright guys, so as you can see here, this is after 2 days incubation. I am at Thursday morning, and we can see here how big the Keffer grains have gotten in the sugar water. While on this side, not gonna lie, milk is busted. Looks kind of disgusting, but we do have the Keffer grains. They've grown a lot. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take out this old stuff, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of the milk in each one of these, and 1/4 cup of the sugar water in each one of these. Let them incubate for another 2 days, and I will get back to you guys after I'm done with that. I'll show you what they look like, and then I'll get back to you guys on Saturday morning, so that I can add it one more time before the conclusion of this week's lab. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we have the after the day 2, I'm sorry, this is the day 4 I believe of the incubation. This is what they look like before I take out the old ones, and I'm going to put in new ones. As you can see here, they're pretty big. I'm going to shake them up a little bit. The milk has curdled a little bit, but these guys are huge as well for the sugar water. And so we're actually going to be doing some more next week, and we're going to be actually mixing it up by adding some sugar water in all of them. But for right now, I'm going to replace these with some milk, and I'm going to continue incubating them until next week's lab. And so I'm going to show you what they look like right after this. Okay guys, so as you can see here, these are the Keffer grains after I've taken out the sugar water. There's a lot of Keffer grains for the sugar water, but for the milk, there's always some that never make it. I added some new ones for this one because there's literally like 2 Keffer grains left. So I'm going to add some more milk, and I'll let this incubate for another 2 days, and I will be done with this week's lab. But we'll continue on with this lab for week 10, and we'll be changing up a little bit of the feeding mechanisms for the Keffer microbe lab. And so I'll show you what they look like after I add in the sugar water and the milk. Okay guys, so I've finished it, and this is what they look like after I've added in the sugar water and the milk. Now this will be, I believe, the second to last time before I add the sugar water and the milk. And after this, what I'll be doing is simply adding sugar water next week. And so I believe this is the end of this week's lab.
Alright guys, so we finished the Keffer Grain microbe lab for this week, and so what we did is we spent 3 different times where we added in the sugar water and the milk, and so we saw that the sugar water actually had a lot more growth of the grains themselves. There was many more grains, while for the milk, even though some of it may have left because the milk does kind of get curdled over time, due to the past 2 days actually the temperature has been very cold, and so the milk hasn't become very curdled, and so there was a higher rate at which the Keffer microbes were taken out of the milk when we changed up the milk. But it can be seen that sugar water is much better for the Keffer grains as compared to the milk itself. And so next week what we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually first day of the week we're going to be using the milk and the sugar water, but then from then on we're going to be using sugar water. And so that's what we're going to be doing next week. Thank you very much for watching this week's lab, and I'll see you guys next week.